No.3 South Dakota State, No.4 South Dakota on Saturday. The second year in a row this is a top 5 matchup, but this season feels a bit different. Last year we knew exactly who SDSU was, a juggernaut. Haven't quite reached that level yet this season. While USD has raised their bar, they were a surprise last season. They're now a bona fide top 10, top 5 team. But are they truly a title contender? Yes, they're 6-1. Yes, they're ranked 4th, but look at their schedule. They did play Wisconsin tight, but outside of that, they haven't played anyone tough. Besides Wisconsin and Drake, the Yotes haven't played a football team with a winning record. So is this all just fool's gold? Well, one thing people should appreciate about Jimmy Rogers, he's pretty honest. If you go back and listen to his presser on Tuesday, didn't sound like coach talk, wasn't hyperbole when he spoke about USD and their improvement and believing they're a good football team. Now, another thing that caught my attention in his presser was a few things he said about the passing game and Gronowski. Take a listen.
When they did sink into coverage, the D-line impacted the vision for Mark, and he would move out of the pocket, or he would just immediately get to the check down maybe too fast. And they did a good job of keeping the ball in front of him and rallying and tackling, and USD is going to play very similar. We're going to have to be able to pass the ball and take shots if they're there, take the throws if they're there, and because we need to score points.
So after listening to that, it does sound like Rogers wants Mark to push the ball down the field a bit more. Take some chances. Give your wide receivers opportunities to go and make plays. I also think it's possible that Mark looked at his interception numbers this season and said to himself, I have to tone this back. He has a strong arm. He can make every throw on the football field. I want to see him air it out on Saturday. And if he has an interception or two, so be it. Another thing they could do in the passing game is get Chase Mason involved. He has proven he is one of your most explosive players. Can take a 6-yard gain, turn it into a 60-yard touchdown in the blink of an eye. Be creative. Find ways to get your best players involved. And a way they could do that would be in the screen game. Interested to see if they do so. As for the game itself, I don't think it's a stretch. I think it's probably more of a fact that this is one of the biggest games in USD football history. And if you think I'm exaggerating, imagine if they win this game. What a moment it would be for that program. You've got to believe after what happened a year ago, they will show up with a deep sense of pride. Wouldn't be shocked if the USD facilities all week long have had the numbers 37-3 posted on the walls. Not just to the people of South Dakota that follow that program, not just to the people that follow the FCS around the country, but to themselves. They have to prove that they can compete with a program like South Dakota State. Not just last year in the Dome, how about in the quarterfinal game against NDSU? They were embarrassed. They have a lot to prove on Saturday. But I just think that SDSU defense is too good. The defensive line has been fantastic. Kobe Claiborne, Jared DePriest, they have a plethora of guys that they rotate in, and they really haven't skipped a beat. They've been awesome. Adam Bach is one of the best players in the country at linebacker. Aiden Bauman, the USD quarterback, has a really good grip on that offense. The Yotes run the ball at a very, very impressive rate. Their offensive line is huge. But I'm not going against the Jacks, especially after a loss. This program does not want to lose 2 games in a row, especially to their rivals back-to-back weeks. They show up. It's a good, competitive ball game. Final score, South Dakota State 26, USD 17. Really looking forward to being there on Saturday. Should be an awesome environment under the lights at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. Expected to be a packed house to watch 2 of the best teams go head-to-head in the FCS.